Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. It was a week ago today that Disney released some very strange sound bites onto the internet. There was 5 days until the release of the Kenobi TV series on Disney Plus, and yet Disney decided to lead with that they had warned one of the stars of the production, Moses Ingram, who was to play an Inquisitor, about racist Star Wars fans. Now, I've taken this tidbit from CBR, and the reason I've taken it from CBR is because CBR are utter trash. They are the epitome of shill media, and they will be as disingenuous as they need to be for their overlords, because it will paint an improper picture of exactly what is going on, but it will fit into the victim narrative that Disney want to get out there, or wanted to get out there before the release of the actual show. And their headline says, "What Lucasfilm's comments to Moses Ingram say about fandoms," which is just their way to rant and rave about diversity, racism, istophobes, all that kind of stuff. And it's all horseshite. Lucasfilm informed Obi Wan Kenobi's Moses Ingram that she'd encounter racist fans, revealing the sad state of fandoms and its reaction to diversity. Oh my God! Now, already by the fact that they use the word diversity, you can immediately tell that they're as disingenuous as the day is long, as I and many of my peers have also stressed. Of course, diversity has always existed. Diversity is a word which is being used as a sword and shield to either weaponize or to hide behind when you put out utter dog shit, like, I don't know, Obi Wan Kenobi, for instance. But let's move on. I just wanted to set the scene, that's all. And then we have Moses Ingram herself. Moses Ingram, Obi Wan Kenobi star Moses Ingram, talks representation in Star Wars. Now, they talk about hair for the first 58 minutes of this interview, so let's just get past all that nonsense. Now that Reva has made her debut in 2 trailers for the series, that impact is finally starting to be felt. What impact? And starting to sink in for the star, as she told Entertainment Weekly when we caught up with her recently. Quote, "I know it's going to mean a lot to a lot of people." What? That you're playing a black space Nazi? Who's that going to mean a lot to? Do you think that people, all they respond to is skin color? Your character is evil. You're not meant to be liked. You're not meant to be looked at as some sort of role model or anything of that variety. So why is it going to mean a lot to a lot of people? It's not. It's not going to mean jack shit to anyone that's normal. And anyone that points and goes, "Oh, look, they're the same skin color as me. Isn't that great?" They are called mentally ill. Because it's not about the superficial. It's about the content of the character. Ingram says of playing such a prominent role in the Star Wars franchise, quote, "It's important that when we turn on the TV, we see the world that we live in reflected back to us." We always do. More often than not, in highly overrepresented ways. But that's another argument for another day. What we're seeing, representation, is so important. And I feel so blessed that I get to be the vehicle that this character comes forth through. I am not worthy. You're definitely not worthy because you come across as really stupid. In the head. If you think a black space Nazi is somebody to be looked up by little children and be revered and role modeled, you must be dumb in the head if you think that sort of thing. And if you think you're the only black person that's ever appeared in Star Wars, then I'm sorry to burst your fragile little ego, but the way that you were talking about it, as we get here, but no people of color, she stresses. Oh, do these characters not count then? Look at this example. Obi-Wan is going to bring the most diversity I think we've seen in the galaxy before, Ingram told The Independent. To me, it's long overdue. If you've got talking droids and aliens, but no people of color, it doesn't make any sense. It's 2022, you know. So she's also showing that she's never watched Star Wars, hasn't got a clue, and should keep her dumb, stupid, ignorant mouth shut. Do you know what that's got nothing to do with? The color of her skin. Not a bit. Everything here and everything here, the content of a character, which is lacking significantly. So all these people that are just listed here, and others, didn't exist, don't exist. Sorry, Lando. Sorry, Mace. Sorry, woman that blew herself up for no reason in a really terrible film. Sorry, legendary Carl Weathers. Forrest Whitaker. Guy that fucks droids. Oh. Gus Fring taking time out from, you know, selling some chicken and drugs. John Boyega, who most Star Wars fans championed as to why his role had been significantly reduced and turned into a joke to appease China. Oh, that's because, of course, Disney is racist, and the vast majority of all these things that we hear is actually projection. And then the stupid people on Twitter that just gobble all this bullshit up because they're so involved in identity politics, and that's all that runs their lives, just go and parrot what Disney say without actually understanding a thing, because they, too, are dumb, stupid, and ignorant. And I don't even have to look at them because I'm reading the words, so I don't know if they're black, white, magenta, burnt sienna, indigo, because it's got nothing to do with the color of the skin. The content of the character. And more, 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 and more. But this dumb cow, and I will call her a dumb cow because she is, because she's being a race-baiting, nasty piece of shit. Trying to cause division, trying to cause arguments, trying to play on that racial drum, because they are lacking in the content of their character. So maybe all that they can see is color. Let's also jump here to Data Racer, legendary Data Racer. I can't praise this guy enough. If you're not following him on Twitter, you should be. This guy delves in and really does get the most out of tweets and information that's been put on the internet. He says Obi-Wan actress Moses Ingram called Star Wars fans racist before the show even aired. We've just gone into that. She also said Star Wars doesn't ever put people of color on the screen. We've already gone into that. For the record, her 500 Instagram replies don't have a single negative comment. It's all relentless praise. But of course, that doesn't conform to the narrative that they're trying to put out. So why are they trying to put this narrative out before the release of Kenobi? Well, it was simple and clear when you actually got to watch Kenobi, like I did on Friday. And as I've put my review out with Jane Theory, and by the way, huge thank you to the mega reaction to that video. I'm very, very grateful indeed. The show was pretty terrible. She's at it again. I've even changed the orientation. The show was terrible. And Moses Ingram was dog shit. Her character was one note. It had information it should never have. There was no nuance to her. She just did a lot of shouting. She was ignorant. The character was awful, terrible. Not awful in a good way. Not awful in a Darth Vader menacing way from when, you know, David Prowse, of course, did it, was under the costume, and James Earl Jones did the voice. No. Not awful and menacing in that kind of way. Just awful as in trash. And that's what they tried to get ahead of. They tried to get ahead of legitimate criticism of the show and of the character. Because once again, this was Disney doing a bait and switch, putting out Obi Wan Kenobi as the show, turning it into a vehicle for Princess Leia and for Moses Ingram's Inquisitor character, if you can call it that, when the show should have probably been a good character study of Obi Wan Kenobi as he's looking over Luke, struggling with how he failed with Anakin, and dealing with flashbacks with him and Anakin, and building that story up. It didn't need to have any of these Inquisitors in or anything like that whatsoever. And with her killing her own kind, killing more Inquisitors, with her being so determined to get Kenobi, even though we don't know how she knows multiple different things, it will be explained later. I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever it won't be. Because judging by the level of the writing so far, this show is appalling. Contrived to the nines. Boring. Which is one of the greatest sins a show can be. And we're already a third of the way through. If you want to get a full detailed review, again, go check out the review that myself and Jane Theory did and subscribe to Jane Theory while you're at it. No, this was a narrative that was contrived to act as a shield to hide behind because Disney knew they had put out a piece of crap. And it was going to get criticized, highly criticized. And if you look on the internet, it is getting highly criticized. And you have to be some level of scum, real fucking scum, to use race as a shield to hide behind. But that's what expected. That is what is expected from companies like Disney with their Star Wars brand and also Marvel brand. They will just use tick boxes, alphabet communities, people of color, gender, ethnicity. They will use them and abuse them and then throw them out when they're done with them. Because that's all they're there for to them. They're not interested in actually creating good entertainment. They're more interested in the perception of who they're putting onto the screen. Pathetic, Disney. Only pathetic. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.